got down here to SNP, and this is the Haltech smart gauge that I ended up ordering. That is going to plug into my Haltech, I guess right into the back of the wideband setup. There's another plug, and then snake this across the dash and plug it into the back of the unit through this one. Yep. And I guess this jumper is for terminating it. There's also another one so you can daisy chain multiple devices together. As far as this, there's this extra orange wire, which is going to give us the illumination control. So when I flip on my lights at night, I can see, or the brightness will turn down so I'm not blinding myself. Other than that, there's really not a lot here. Install instructions are super straightforward. There's like 5 different pages talking about it. Again, how to hook it up. Let's see. Flip, flip, flip. Yep, everything included. Different ECUs it's attached to or can be hooked to, wiring connections, and then how to hook up the app. That's going to be one of the next parts. But yeah, let's go ahead and put this in. Basically, over in the truck, I'm going to go ahead and move my EGT gauge, which is up on the top of my dash. Okay. I'm going to move it down into my center console. I'm going to pull my wideband out because the Haltech unit already has a wideband built in, so I don't really need that anymore. Yeah, so that's going to clear up a lot of room. This gauge, though, it supports every single thing that the Haltech sees. You can have that on the gauge. I think it's up to 4 different things displayed at once.
So
and
do a single one?
Yeah.
2 channels? Or 4?
Got it. Got it. And does it put data out to your phone so you can also view the data on your phone?
Not that I know.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know yet. I haven't gotten to that part, but yeah, let's go stick it in. So wideband unit tucked back in here. This is where that second gauge is going to go. I'm going to lean you in here. Boom, another port. And this is going to go ahead and pop right in here. So let's satisfy and click. There it is. All right. Then we're going to go ahead and run this across the dash right over into there. It's going to pop out here. This EGT gauge, I'm not going to do it today. That one's going to come down here and take place of my LC1 unit. This is going to end up leaving the truck because Haltech supports a wideband on it, and that's really the only one that matters anyways. And then, yeah, smart gauge goes up there, and that should give me everything I need right in front of my face. There's a lot of wire that comes on this setup. There's plenty. You could run this all over. Okay. Almost there. Don't want anything to be interfering on my gauge wiring or touching my pedals. That would be a bummer. Runs back in here. How many extra feet do I have so far? What is this? One. That's about an extra 2 feet of wiring. So you really could put this anywhere you wanted. Let's see if I can fold this up. If I don't do this right, I'm going to get strung up by somebody I know that taught me how to do wiring. So really, I should have brought the gauge pod with me. I 3D printed another one of those and painted it. I just didn't bring it with me. I didn't think I'd have time today. I do need to go ahead and redo it because my other ABS one over there, I didn't actually do it out of ABS. I did it out of PLA, and if you take a look at it, it melted just slightly right here, which is fine. PLA, it worked fine. It was a good test, but I will go ahead and redo this whole piece, and then, yeah. I still got to disassemble that, but the gauge is just going to tuck in here. I'm going to zip tie it in above that today. Oh, let's get a gauge. So it should be able to plug into either one. I'm going to plug in the top one. Just top one. There it is. Got it. Yeah. Bottom one has the terminator right next to it. So, and this, make sure that my wiring's out of the way. I'm gonna have to come up with something to help hold this in and secure it. I do not want this flopping around on me while I'm going down the road. Cut springs gets a little bit bumpy.
I have a customer that purchased one of these 2 years ago, and to this day, it's still sitting in the foam packaging stuffed in the corner of his dash. I'm
Okay.
like, dude, you know how much that thing costs? It's just sitting in a foam packaging right in the corner of the windshield. Come on.
Yeah. You know what? Just for fun, I should use the foam packaging for something.
Grab that foam packaging.
Let me grab that foam packaging. Oh. And I just don't want it to move around today. More focused on trying to get things programmed up and running. But that's it. That was a click in install that took all of what, 5 minutes? Really? I think I took more time finding out my lighting. So keys. There they are. I hear them. An actual RPM gauge. Here, you guys want to see the boot up sequence? All right, now I'm gonna have to download the app. Be right back. And wow, that was fast. Open. Access, what? Allow permissions while using this app. Okay. Tap to continue. Current Wi-Fi. Ah, we've got to hook to it. Okay. Paradise. GaugeART. There it is. Got it. Password. Do you know the password? I got to go get the manual. What do you want to bet it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4? Well, if you had all your ducks in a row, this would be very, very fast. You know what would have helped also? If I had read the manual completely before I installed it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You know, I have a funny feeling I could have figured that out. Okay. There we go. Now the gauge is saying programming mode on it. Create.
Haltech.
Yep. Next. Tap to add gauge. Ah, wow. That's pretty neat.
AFR for yeah. Should probably see wideband is probably where it's going to be. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Wait, lambda.
Yep, lambda target AFR.
Nope.
Lambda 2 AFR. Lambda 1 AFR. So lambda 1 and 2 is like if we had multiple.
Sensor 1, sensor 2.
Got it. Okay. Update speed fast.
Minimum, maximum, so 7.3 air fuel ratio or 22. See if you're good with that.
Okay. Should I set up a warning to where if I start to go lean?
No, because on air fuel ratio, it's going to go show nuts. Every time you decelerate, it's going to go lean.
Okay.
And then it'll start coming up. Well, lean all the time, be flashing at you every time you decelerate. So.
Okay. Okay, and then back.
Previous page.
Okay.
Go.
Got it. And then if I wanted to do 2 gauges, got it. Okay. So air temperature and Fahrenheit, because I can't understand Celsius. And okay. So AFR and air fuel. Now, that's air fuel temperature. Should I do coolant? Coolant, pressure bar, coolant, temperature, Fahrenheit. Okay, and then
you gotta tap where it says tap to add gauge.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what I should add in for my 4th one. I haven't ever had this much
pressure.
Got it. Yeah, I've never really had this much access to data when I was doing anything on this.
And for the record, you can add
PSI
to your truck and then bring that into the Haltech computer, and then you can display that on there as well.
Okay, is that another one of those where you buy an add-on part for the EGT system?
CAN bus, so it'll be another module.
Looks like I know what I'm buying next. Okay, so got it. So I've got things set up for my 1 gauge, 2 gauge, and 4 gauge. Air fuel, or air temperature, and then, okay. Wow, so I could even set that up to have different things on each one of those pages. So I could have up to, what, 7 different gauges?
Yeah, those buttons will sweep you between page to page.
Got it.
So that's why it says previous page and next page.
Yeah.
This is how many items you select for each page.
Really? Okay. So first page currently is set to a 4.
Yes.
And then next page would be for, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get back. We're going to get lost in the stuff here.
Single and then airfield ratio. And this way, if you want to just watch your airfield ratio.
Lambda AFR. Got it. Previous page. Okay, so that's page 2. That's set up on a single. Then if I wanted to do like a third page for just for like temperatures, I could set one to air temperature, and then I could set the next one to water temperature, which would be coolant, temperature, and Fahrenheit. Man, that's straightforward. That's super straightforward. Okay, so now that I'm done, everything's all good. How do I go back?
I don't remember this next part, but yeah, let's try that.
Save. Save. Yeah, save. It's in English.
Create a name.
Page. Setup. 1. Done. Save. Okay. Send configuration. Erasing existing. Checking firmware if it requires update. There's programming. Look at that. Pretty swanky. Yeah, you guys are figuring this out with me. I'm sure if I sat down and read this, that would have made this a little bit faster. If I remembered how to count, that would have sped that up, by a solid 30 seconds or so. But we got it. Got it. And now you're not missing anything. This just is sitting here saying programming. I don't want to move it too much because knowing my luck, I would unplug it halfway through and then I'd have a dead gauge or something. Okay, so now it's restarting. There it is. I'll put this away. Yeah, so that's it. So now I can go ahead and cycle through from one page to the next. Okay, so there's my AFR. And then that's just my coolant page. That's going to tell me my air temperature, and then that's going to tell me my coolant temperature, which honestly is one of the more important things for me, especially because I'm towing a trailer. I'm really paranoid, especially because being here in the desert. We're in the shade right now, and it's 98 degrees. So
Pretty warm.
yeah, it's a little warm. Sticky is what I would say.